Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. Wow, here we are on a new platform. We are excited to come to you in this new year. For us, this is the first time that we are recording in 2022.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Here we are.
Yeah. It feels different.
Yeah, a little bit.
The year feels different.
Does it? Yeah?
Yeah, it feels different. And we've decided that in 2022, we're going to up our game. We're going to give you all a full 60%.
Wow.
Significantly better than it was before, trust me.
So aim to hit 60% capacity, 60% productivity, 60% energy.
There you go.
Solid
60% fun, 60% funny, 60%.
Is that a Singaporean B, a Singaporean C? Maybe?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We determined they grade a lot harder than we do.
Maybe a B. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
wow.
This is really exciting. And moving to the new platform, moving onto Twitch instead of Get Vocal where we were before, it's kind of fun because all the people in the chat have different names.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who anyone is.
Who the other one is.
Yeah.
It's almost like like we're in some kind of seedy club where no one wants to, we're at like a masquerade, perhaps, as you were.
Oh,
yeah, masquerade ball. That's
at a
fun.
masquerade drunk Bible study.
We have to relearn who everyone is. It's beautiful. Wow.
Love it.
So really, if you've been coming to our live shows consistently and you're just ready for a clean slate, you're sick of the reputation that you gained before, like now's your chance to introduce a whole new character, whole new personality.
You're a whole new person.
Mm-hmm.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
There you go. It's amazing. Wow. Well, okay. In 2021, we left off with this man named Ezekiel and this other person named The Rock / Yahweh. And The Rock was really throwing some major shade at the Egyptians and a bunch of other people. Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to continue along that trend, although we don't know for sure.
Yeah,
there could be some zigs and zags. Who knows?
We don't know how long the shit list is going to go on.
Yeah.
Necessarily. It could be a very long list. If he's just going to go through every single civilization that's on the planet at this time, and he would, let's face it, we could be here for a while. This could be the entire rest of Ezekiel.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
Indeed.
Also, after today, we've only got 6 more episodes of Ezekiel.
That is fantastic news.
So we're
fantastic news.
Getting into the home stretch. Yeah, we're like a month and a half out.
Well, but it also means we gotta keep it precious in our hearts.
Yeah.
These last few episodes.
I don't get too precious about any of this, but sure.
The episodes are long, but the books are short. It's kind of like raising kids, or so I've been told.
There you go.
The episodes are long, but the books are short.
I think it's the other way around.
People with kids, like the days are long, but the years are short. You think it's the other way around?
I think the episodes are short. The books are long.
Yeah.
Yes. We have to take it in short chunks in order to get through it and not, overwhelm ourselves or anyone else out there. But it's a good time. All right. Well, it's a new year. What are you all drinking?
Oh, wow. Yes. Well, I was gifted a wonderful bottle of shochu spirits called Mujen. Let me get it so that for Christmas. And so I just mixed up a little shochu and kind of lime sparkling water. It's very refreshing and nice. That's what I'm drinking.
Yay.
And I'm having a gin and tonic. Classic, but I thought a refreshing start to the year would be good.
There you go.
And how about you, Em?
Well, okay. As I have said before, I am continuing on my trend of themed monthly cocktails. So this theme for this month is sparkling cocktails.
Right.
So Prosecco or
New Year's,
sparkling rosé or champagne, something along those lines. So this is it's just a very simple cocktail, but it's a blackberry sparkling cocktail. So I made blackberry simple syrup, which is really beautiful. It kind of gathered at the bottom. And then I put a rosé champagne.
Wow.
And then I also, did a little bit of a topper of thyme.
Oh, wow.
This is lovely thyme. And then also...
Wow. I wouldn't have thought to put thyme in that. That sounds like it'd be nice.
Yeah, it smells amazing. It works really well with the blackberry. And then brown sugar is what the rim is in. So it's quite lovely.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Highly recommend. Yes, I'll post this. I'm going to be better about posting this year. It's going to be my New Year's resolution for Drunk Bible Study is post every week. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
Well, yeah, let's get to the heart of the matter, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Today we're continuing on with our buddy Ezekiel. Boy, oh boy. This is Ezekiel. We're still in the section where he's talking smack about all the neighbors of Israel, and we're going to get more and more of that. But enjoy it while you have it. Who did we cast again as Ezekiel?
Ryan Gosling.
Okay, Ryan Gosling's a real jerk in this casting.
Oh.
I think it'll be good. I think this will be good to cast him in something a little bit,
meanie. He's
sort
a
of a
meanie.
hateable character, right?
There you go. Yeah.
He's kind of this terrible misogynist and racist and all these things, right? So
Yeah.
I think it was fun. It's fun.
Cool.
Really broadened his horizons.
Indeed.
He'll probably win
An Oscar.
Academy Award for it or something.
Yeah, or an Emmy.
Anyway.
An EGOT. He's going to win all of it.
A BAFTA, whatever it is. So today we're reading 2 chapters, which is Ezekiel 31 and 32. And then we're going to be reading a couple Psalms for you. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, Ezekiel 31. It happened in the 11th year, in the 3rd month, in the 1st day of the month, that the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and to his multitude, whom are you like in your greatness? Behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon, with beautiful branches, and with a forest-like shade, and of high stature. And its top was among the thick boughs. The waters nourished it, the deep made it to grow. The rivers of it ran round about its plantation, and it sent out its channels to all the trees of the field. Therefore, its stature was exalted above all the trees of the field, and its boughs were multiplied, and its branches became long by reason of many waters. When it
hold on.
shot them forth.
Just make sure that I'm on the same page here. So at first we were talking to the king of Egypt, but now he's comparing him to Assyria. And Assyria is this thick and long tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thick boy, he's a long boy. He's a very well-watered boy.
Yeah.
Wait, Assyria is also a place, but he's comparing this place to a tree.
I think
he's comparing
the status
Pharaoh to Assyria?
The status of this place.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. It's just, layers upon layers here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first thing he says is to tell Pharaoh, whom are you like in your greatness? And he's like, I think it's maybe like, for example, Assyria was like a cedar in Lebanon, and it's big and long and all that, and drinks so much water. And in classic Ezekiel fashion, I think he's lost the thread a little bit.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
And now is just going off on this tree metaphor, kind of forgetting what he was talking about. So all the birds of the sky made their nests in its boughs, and under its branches did all the animals of the field bring forth their young, and under its shadow lived all great nations. Thus it was beautiful in its greatness, in the length of its branches, for its root was by many waters. I cannot stress enough how well watered this tree was.
It's just nuts.
The cedars in the garden of God could not hide it. The fir trees were not like its boughs, and the plane trees were not as its branches.
Oh, those plane trees.
Ugh,
Boring. Snoozers.
Wait, it's not just like plain as in PLAIN. It's like plain as in we're flying through the trees. on a jet
I was thinking
plane.
more plain.
Like a plain Jane.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but that's not how it's spelled.
Yeah, it's Plane.
Yeah.
Plane.
Huh.
Plane. Yeah. Plane trees. Like trees that you cut boards out of.
Yeah.
Like you're planing them.
Yeah.
Or they're on a plane. Also possible.
Did you ever have those balsa wood?
Oh, yeah.
Those balsa wood plans?
Oh, balsa wood flyers. Who didn't have one of those?
Those were so frickin' bitchin', okay? I loved those.
But they weren't as cool as this big, thick, long water
Not
tree.
even close, apparently.
No. Not nearly as big as it, at least. So the plane trees, nor was any tree in the garden of God like it in its beauty. I made it beautiful by the multitude of its branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied it. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, because you are exalted in stature, and he has set his top among the thick boughs, and his heart is lifted up in his height, I will even deliver him into the hand of the mighty ones of the nations. He shall surely deal with him. I have driven him out for his wickedness. Now I'm lost. I don't know who we're talking about.
I don't know who's dealing with whom.
Yeah. Is it time to check in with the message?
Oh, yeah. All right.
It is. First message of 2022.
We should have like a theme song for the message.
Oh,
Yes.
if we had a theme song for the message, we'd be playing it every 5 minutes, and it would
constant.
maybe a tiny little stinger. It would have to be a very, very short sound cue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have to think about that. Okay. So this is starting from verse 10 in the message. Therefore, God the Master says, Eugene, because it skyscrapered upward,
Wow.
piercing the clouds, swaggering and proud of its nature, I turned it over to a world-famous leader to call its evil to account.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Skyscrapered upward. He made a verb out of skyscraper.
Skyscraper. Never seen it. Yeah.
I don't know if I got it more than I got it before, but whatever, Eugene. Thanks for the help.
Yes, this still doesn't help though. But I
No,
guess, yeah,
not
saying,
really.
I guess we're talking about Assyria still. So like, yeah. Assyria was this big tree, but they were so great that I also hated them
Cool.
and sent some cool guy to beat them up. Okay, strangers, the terrible of the nations, have cut him off and have left him. On the mountain and in all the valleys, his branches are fallen, and his boughs are broken by all the watercourses of the land. Anyone know what a watercourse is?
Well, now it's like all the water that was nourishing him is now hurting him.
I'm thinking of like water going through what I just like it creating a river or something.
I guess so.
I
just
imagine-
In a wash, perhaps.
Like old-timey lumber processing where we cut all the logs and just put them in the
Oh.
river and just float them on
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Michael says that we're correct. Good.
Yeah, obviously that's correct. But when I hear watercourses, I think either water slides or maybe slip and slides.
Ooh, fun.
Could be a good water
Okay,
course.
that's fun also. Just fine. Touche.
Okay. And all the people of the earth are gone down from his shadow and have left him. On his ruin, all the birds of the sky shall dwell, and all the animals of the field shall be on his branches, to the end that none of all the trees by the waters exalt themselves in their stature, neither set their top among the thick boughs, nor that their mighty ones stand up on their height, even all who drink water, for they are all delivered to death, to the lower parts of the earth, in the midst of the children of men, and those who go down to the pit.
Whoa.
Okay.
Chill.
So, yeah.
Okay. Thus, says the Lord Yahweh. We still haven't come back around to Egypt, I think. I think we're still on Assyria.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but whatever. We're just going to yell about Assyria for a while.
Just wandering off.
Thus says the Lord Yahweh, in the day when he went down to Sheol, I caused a mourning. I covered it like a cry mourning.
Yeah? Yeah.
I covered the deep for him, and I restrained the rivers of it, and the great waters were stayed, and I caused Lebanon to mourn him, and all the trees of the field fainted for him. Wow.
That's cool.
Super cool.
Ugh.
I made the nations to shake at the sound of his fall when I cast him down to Sheol with those who descend into the pit. and all the trees of Eden, the choice and best of Lebanon, all that drink the water, were comforted in the lower parts of the earth. They also went down into Sheol with him to those who are slain by the sword, yes, those who were his arm, that lived under the shadow in the midst of the nations. To whom are you thus like in glory and in greatness among the trees of Eden? Yet shall you be brought down with the trees of Eden to the lower parts of the earth.
Okay. So we're coming back around. We made a big comparison about how Assyria is this badass tree, but not so badass that it couldn't withstand tree murder and tree hell, being sent to tree hell.
Treol.
And
Treol. Whatever, Jace.
Treol. And then it's like, hey, Egypt, you're just like this badass tree. And if this badass tree can be sent to Treol, so will you. It's such a compelling argument.
Why are we talking about Eden, too? People in the chat are asking, like, is this the actual Eden? Like, is this a metaphor? I mean, it's a metaphor, but
yeah.
How many metaphors are happening right now?
There's many nested metaphors for a long time. It's like the inside of a jawbreaker at this point.
Or what are those Russian dolls? It's a Russian doll.
A matryoshka.
That's the one.
Matryoshka, yeah.
Okay.
Matryoshka.
Matryoshka.
It's a matryoshka. Trees.
Matryoshka.
It's trees inside of trees. A matryoshka. Okay. Yes.
Okay, good job.
Cute.
Now I get it. Okay.
He's like, no, you're wrong.
Yet you shall be brought down with the trees of Eden to the lower parts of the earth. You shall lie in the midst of the uncircumcised with those who are slain by the sword. This is Pharaoh and all his multitude, says the Lord Yahweh. The end. The end of chapter.
Oh boy, just a pile of uncircumcised people.
Wait, they did go back to Pharaoh at the end. But like for like a hot second, it's like, we're talking about that guy again? Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, and you're just going to be in like a pig pile of uncircumcised people. And
a pig pile.
You hate it. You hate that. Everyone hates that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, let's move on to chapter 32, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Great.
It happened in the 12th year, in the 12th month, in the first day of the month, that the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation over Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and tell him, you are likened to a young lion of the nations. Yet are you as a monster in the seas, and you did break forth with your rivers and troubled the waters with your feet and fouled their rivers.
Dirty feet in those waters.
Yeah, exactly.
Filthy waters with your filthy lion, maybe monster feet. Your filthy lion monster feet. Thus says the Lord Yahweh, I will spread out my net on you with a company of many peoples, and they shall bring you up in my net.
So he's fishing
Yes.
for people.
Well, I will spread out my net on you with a company of many people. So we're all going to work together with this huge net to catch you and rustle you up, wrangle you up into my boat.
And the message says, and haul you out with my dragnet.
Oh,
which
good. Nice.
Maybe is a real thing, but it's just making me think of the old detective show.
I know, yeah.
Like,
that one I switched off as soon as it came on the TV because it's so boring.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it boring?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear
that.
to
like a 12-year-old.
Okay, I never watched that. But okay.
I will leave you on the land. I will cast you forth on the open field and will cause all the birds of the sky to settle on you, and I will satisfy the animals of the whole earth with you.
Oh, gross.
I will lay your flesh on the mountains and fill the valleys with your height. I will also water with your blood the land in which you swim, even to the mountains, and the watercourses shall be full of you.
Ew.
Okay. Another blood water slides.
Yeah,
this is a lot of person to be like strooning about all the lands. I don't think that one person will satisfy all of this disgustingness that he's going to place upon the land.
But if he's a metaphorical, like fish monster giant person, we could probably make it work.
Okay. All right.
When I shall extinguish you, I will cover the heavens and make the stars of it dark. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon shall not give its light. All the bright lights of the sky will I make dark over you and set darkness on your land, says the Lord Yahweh. I will also vex the heart of many peoples when I shall bring your destruction among the nations into the countries which you have not known. Yes, I will make many peoples amazed at you, and their kings shall be horribly afraid for you when I shall brandish my sword before them. And they shall tremble at every moment, every man for his own life, in the day of your fall. Like, it's going to be so bad that even other kings are going to be like, yeesh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Eugene says that they will shake in their boots.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep. Shaking and quaking.
Yes.
For thus says the Lord Yahweh, the sword of the king of Babylon shall come on you. By the swords of the mighty will I cause your multitude to fall. The terrible of the nations are they all, and they shall bring to nothing the pride of Egypt, and all of the multitude of it shall be destroyed. I will destroy also all the animals of it from beside many waters.
Dang it.
Neither shall the foot of man trouble them any more, nor the hoofs of animals trouble them.
So,
It's very foot-based.
foot heavy.
Foot focused, yeah.
Yes.
Foot-focused chapter. Then will I make their waters clear and cause their rivers to run like oil, says the Lord Yahweh, like smooth,
Or like slow,
like
maybe.
Molasses.
goopy.
Goopy.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
just
How
very
great.
slippery and gross.
What quality? What was the looby?
Luby.
Maybe.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
A certain
Uh-huh.
type
Okay.
of lube, yes.
When I shall make the land of Egypt desolate and waste, a land destitute of that which was full, when I shall strike all those who dwell therein, then shall they know that I am Yahweh.
Yeah.
Okay, Emily, take it. Take this cup from me.
This is the lamentation with which they shall lament. The daughters of the nations shall lament there within over Egypt and over all her multitude. Shall they lament there within, says the Lord Yahweh. It happened also in the 12th year, in the 15th day of the month, that the word of Lord Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, wail for the multitude of Egypt and cast them down, even her, and the daughters of the famous nations, to the lower parts of the earth, with those who go down into the pit. Whom do you pass in beauty? Go down and be laid with the uncircumcised. Is that like,
Oh my gosh,
like
I
gross?
hate
Like,
that.
do people not like that or something? Like they lay with the uncircumcised and they're like, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies or what?
I mean, I've certainly known some people have expressed that opinion. I don't necessarily agree with
Gosh,
it.
They're
but
ridiculous.
This is
yes.
the whole uncircumcised thing. It's been a while since we've talked about it, like that it's been mentioned. But it's like, remember they would talk about having like a circumcised heart,
Oh yeah,
and things
love
like that.
one.
That it's
What does that
it's also
even
a metaphor.
mean? It's ridiculous.
Well, okay. If we read circumcision just to mean you're with us or you're against us, right? Like
Okay.
really, it's quite black and
Right.
white. It's you're one of us or you're not one of us, and it's maybe less dick focused and more. Really, it is more loyalty
More heart
focused.
focused.
More heart focused. That's why
Okay.
it's totally
Okay.
appropriate to talk about the circumcision of your heart.
Okay. They shall
Oh my
fall
gosh.
in the midst of those who are slain by the sword. She is delivered to the sword. Draw her away in all her multitudes. The strong among the mighty shall speak to him out of the midst of Sheol with those who help him. They are gone down. They lie still, even uncircumcised, slain by the sword. Ass her.
No.
ASS her.
No.
Ass
What?
her.
What? Really?
Yep.
What?
Ass her.
Ask her.
Ask her.
Surely
Yeah,
not.
ass her.
I would call this a shore.
Okay.
Surely, I would say a shore.
So
I don't know. I like ass her.
ask her. Asher. I see. Yeah. Ask her.
Assure.
So in the NIV and the Message, this is just Assyria again.
Oh,
But in the King
Oh.
James, it's Asher. Ask
Okay.
her. Whatever.
okay, whatever. Asher is there and all her company. Her graves are round about her. All of them slain, fallen by the sword, whose graves are set in the uttermost parts of the pit. And her company is round about her grave, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, who caused terror in the land of the living. There is Elam and all her multitude round about her grave, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, who are gone down uncircumcised into the lower parts of the earth, who caused their terror in the land of the living, and have borne their shame with those who go down into the pit. It's just like the same thing over and over.
That's why we drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to keep going. They have set her a bed in the midst of the slain with all her multitude. Her graves are round about her, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, for their terror was caused by the land of the living, and they have borne their shame with those who go down into the pit. He is put in the midst of those who are slain. So yeah, like there's just a huge, I feel like there's a person who goes down in the pit of all these dead, uncircumcised people. Is that happening?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
I mean, I think all these different people are going to the pit.
Yeah.
Because he's saying like Egypt's going to go in this pit. Ashur/Assyria is going to go in the pit. Whoever we were just talking about also in the pit with uncircumcised people.
Everyone's uncircumcised, and it's probably going to be a great party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. These people aren't dead. It's not like he's like having to deal with a bunch of like dead people.
I mean, I think he's going to the pit. He's definitely implying you're going to die.
Oh, okay.
You're going to die.
Okay.
Sure.
It's like he's going to hell or not hell because that wasn't until the second book.
Sheol.
Hell is full of...
The second act.
Sheol is full of...
Oh, it is kind of hell.
Foreskins.
Ish.
Sheol's full of foreskins. Well, it's not hell because there's not a heaven in this time.
It's like
there's
Hades.
Just the underworld, right? You're dead, you go there.
Okay, cool.
But I guess specifically that you're going to be there in piles of uncircumcised people, and that's the bad part.
God
that's the hell part, I guess.
Okay.
Everyone knows that's the worst part of being dead.
Is that you have to be around people who are uncircumcised? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. There is Meshech, Tubal, and all their multitude. Their graves are round about them. All of them are uncircumcised, slain by the sword, for they caused their terror in the land of the living. They shall not lie with the mighty who are fallen of the uncircumcised, who are gone down to Sheol with the weapons of war, and have laid their swords under their heads, and their iniquities are on their bones. For they were the terror of the mighty in the land of the living. But you shall be broken in the midst of the uncircumcised, and shall lie with those who are slain by the sword. There is Edom, her kings and all her princes, who in their might are laid with those who are slain by the sword. They shall lie with the uncircumcised and with those who go down in the pit. There are the princes of the north, all of them, and all of the Sidonians who are gone down.
The north remembers.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
The Sidonians. Thanks. Who are gone down with the slain in the terror which they caused by their might. They are put to shame, and they lie uncircumcised with those who are slain by the sword, and bear their shame with those who go down into the pit. Pharaoh shall see them, and shall be comforted over all his multitude, even Pharaoh and all his army, slain by the sword, says the Lord Yahweh.
Can I just hit you with the message real quick before you get to that last verse?
Yes.
It says, verse 31 is, Pharaoh will see them all, and pompous old goat that he is, take comfort in the company he'll keep.
You know, I've never imagined a pharaoh as a pompous old goat, or even ever old. It's like whenever they depict Pharaoh, whether you're watching the History Channel or like a Bible movie or whatever, he's like ripped. Rippling abs.
Like cool headdressy thing, a cool
wonderful
necklace,
like bronze, beautiful skin.
Fun skirt.
Like maybe a little bit sparkly.
Fun skirt.
Sandals.
Like he's just hot. And to be fair, now anytime I read an article about a mummy, which is surprisingly often these days because...
Brendan Fraser?
No, just a mummy, not the mummy, thank you. They all died at like 35.
Yeah.
So to be fair...
They were hot.
There could have been only young, hot pharaohs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or even, like King Tut. Brady Loafton in the chat is claiming that Tut was not very hot.
Wait, wasn't Tut a young boy?
Yeah, wasn't Tut like 15 when he died?
Yeah, well, then, yeah.
Tut.
Tut not hot.
Maybe it was Tut also a 2. It's like Jesus.
A 2, like Jesus.
God.
Oh my gosh.
But you gotta think about basis of comparison though.
I'm sure these people were lovely.
Like
okay.
Before we were all exposed to this like hyper perfectionism of like celebrity beauty.
We were all doing Botox and,
Yeah, before everyone was doing Botox, I think our standards were very, very different as far as who we counted as hot. Like basically it's like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Like, do you have a being? Like, do you have a body?
Do you have a body?
Like, that's enough.
Yes or no? Check box.
Do you have a body? Yes or no? Are you circumcised? Yes or no? That's it. That's all you need to be hot.
That's all we cared about. Swipe right.
Okay, cool. Neat. Yeah, okay. All right, can I do this last
Please.
verse?
Yes.
Please.
For I have put his terror in the land with the living, and he shall be laid in the midst of the uncircumcised, with those who were slain by the sword, even Pharaoh and all his multitudes, said the Lord Yahweh. Which I read, I swear to God, 50,000 times in this last section. Okay. All right.
Wow. What a time. What a time.
What a time to be alive.
That was a short
Ezekiel.
reading. We haven't even hit intermission yet.
I know.
My
Should we do
goodness.
an intermission before Psalms?
Yeah, let's take a little break before we go into Psalms.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some fun things to share you about Yahweh's body.
To
So
share.
we can maybe
share
get
us?
to that after the
Yeah.
break before we do
Okay,
some
fun.
Psalms.
Fun.
Okay. Cool.
Great. All right. So we're going to take a quick break to talk about some ways that you can support this show if it's something that you enjoy. If it's not, I don't know why you're still here, to be honest. But if you're enjoying the show, we would really love your support. One of the best ways you can do that is just telling people about it. Bring your friends to the live shows, get them all on board, tell them, maybe they'd been holding out because they were just like, I only watch things on Twitch. Well, now you can tell them, here we are. Come check it out. Spread the word, share it with your friends, get them to listen to the old episodes, whatever it is you want to do. And then also, if you're able to support financially, we would love your support on Patreon, which is patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. We just have one tier for everyone. And as a parishioner, we will give you some thank you gifts like early releases of episodes, a personal toast on the show. Emily's going to post her drink recipes, and she's going to be even better about that this year in 2022. 2020 drinks on Patreon.
But there
too.
are like 13 drinks on there already now, but I'll do it every week now. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can drink in style like Emily does.
Yeah.
And we're back. So normally this is the kind of thing that I would talk to you about during our bonus episode, but we actually have some special guests or guests. It's unclear yet how many guests there will be for our bonus episode where we're going to be talking about the game, A Game for Good Christians. So that's going to be fun. So instead, I'm going to share this with you now, and it works out because we had kind of a shorter reading today. So I was listening to a podcast interview with an author who wrote a book specifically about God's body.
Hot.
And hot, yeah. So the whole premise of it, and actually sometime in the future, I would love to see if we can get her as a guest for a bonus episode or something. But basically, what she did was to look at all of the times in the Bible that talk about God's body, any part of his body, and also looking at like other rabbinical sources after the fact, as well as some other writings at the time, and trying to piece together like what did God have going on? What was Yahweh all about? And
what if God were one of us?
Well, okay, what?
Mm-hmm. What's holding you up? What's upsetting you right now?
Okay, the question you pose: what does God have going on? Specifically, like just like going on.
Going on.
Is that what the question is?
Well, kinda, yeah. I mean, all of it. So, just like a quick cliff notes from what I remember from this. Basically, one thing is she really drove home this idea that God 100% had a body. And the whole thing about like not making graven images of Yahweh was kind of a later thing.
What's a graven image? Is it like any image?
Engraved. Yeah, like any image. Like no images. You're not allowed to draw pictures of God.
Why?
That
what
was
if
what God
it's like,
said.
oh my God, look at how hot God is. I guess there's no art of God out there. There's art of Mary, there's art of Jesus, but no God art.
There's definitely old man in the clouds.
Oh no, you're right. The
sort of art, yeah.
Right. Well, so like one of the things that she talked about was that so Yahweh was originally part of a larger pantheon of gods, right? And we've talked about that some on the show before, and there were other gods like Asherah and Baal and these other people. But that Yahweh was one of them, and Yahweh was either like a sea god, like a Poseidon type dude, or a storm god, like a Thor type of god. And I'm mixing and matching my mythologies,
awesome.
But
both awesome.
Was associated with war and also with fertility. So one of the things that's important to take away from that is that God had a large member. And that's
hold on.
an important thing to know because he was a fertility god. And they were very into that.
No, Dedeker. We're not holding on to anything.
Does she cite?
We're just going to imagine it.
Does she cite biblical references to this?
Yes, she cites biblical references and
anything we've gotten to yet?
Rabbinical discussions and actually a lot of it was from. Actually, Ezekiel is one of the things that comes up a fair amount in terms of it.
Did Ezekiel see it?
Oh, Ezekiel saw it.
Ezekiel did see it.
He saw everything.
In his visions,
it all.
yeah.
And I saw everything.
Yeah, with the spinning wheels of eyes and also God's member.
Was spinning and had multiple eyes.
Yeah. But then, okay, so two things I thought were particularly interesting. One is that God is definitely ripped also, because he's like this cool, badass warrior god. And so he's ripped. Another thing is that his image changed over time. That originally, like during the time when we're reading, God was more likely like how we think of Poseidon or Thor, like hot, ripped, young, right? Like young, virile, fertility god looking hot. And it was kind of like...
Lots of beard, but yeah.
Potentially, yeah. But then over time, God's image became that of an older and older man, as like that became sort of the image people associated with God. And so like there was a time where he had like the white hair and the beard, but was still ripped. And it wasn't until later that they started kind of covering him up. And then God was just like an old man. Like we kind of are brought up to think of him today, which is pretty wild.
Okay.
Well, I feel like in the, the Michelangelo is the what's that called?
The touching.
Yeah.
Is the guy
in
on
the touching by Michelangelo. What is that painting actually called?
I don't know. I saw
Chapel?
it. Did I see it?
Yes.
Did we go to the Sistine
Is it
Chapel?
called?
Did I?
Why can I not think of the name
It's
of
called
it?
Finger Touching.
By Michelangelo.
It's called
Finger
E.T.
Touching.
by Michelangelo.
Yes, exactly.
That one.
Texting my mom.
I feel like God is pretty ripped in that one too.
Yes, but you don't see a lot of his
like Michelangelo
body.
still gives him some,
because he's wearing.
do you know it?
He's wearing like a robe thing, and Adam's all naked.
Oh, that's Adam? It's not just like random man number 2?
You thought
no, that's
that was
Adam. Come on.
Well, I don't know. God's older in that picture. Oh, it's the creation of Adam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Created.
All
He
right.
looks pretty created. It's not like he's coming out of dust or something in the picture.
And I guess to be fair, yeah, God is wearing kind of a fun tunic, but you can see that there's some definition.
He's got some definite. He works out for sure.
Oh, he's definitely
you can
not
tell.
flabby by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, apparently I did
so
go to the Sistine Chapel and saw it, but I forget this. I don't know, whatever. We saw a lot of stuff.
So then the other part she talked about is that apparently there were debates amongst the early rabbis having to do with the state of God's foreskin. And
oh no! Oh, of course.
It's gone.
Anytime we go
Doesn't
to
exist.
like the rabbinical literature, they've always gone in some weird direction and weird debates.
So essentially, it goes like this. What I remember, the brief summary I remember, is that we learn that Jacob, I think, was the one who was first told, circumcise yourself, and then also all your males.
Yes.
Is that was Jacob?
I believe
sons,
that was,
I think?
he was the one. Yeah.
And so, right, okay. So that was like the start of it. But then the rabbis were like, hang on, though. So then does that mean that people before him, like Abraham and Moses, were not circumcised then? And I don't know how these discussions went, but apparently...
How dare they?
Apparently, the weird roundabout conclusion was, well, God made man in his image, and God has to be circumcised because that's the way you're supposed to be. So they must have just been made circumcised.
Wait, hold on.
Wildest logic I've ever
Stop
heard.
it. Bye.
Wait,
Goodbye.
but hold on. But then but then if God has just made them all circumcised, when does the foreskin show up for them to cut off again? How does that happen?
Must have been an evolution. They evolved foreskins.
God. And God was like, get rid of that shit.
Yeah, it's called The Creation of Adam by Michelangelo. My mom just
Emily.
sent it to me.
Emily.
What?
We're
past that?
We've moved on. We've moved on to foreskins now.
It's fine. Anyways, they look good. Adam's naked. Hot.
Yeah.
I believe Adam's also not circumcised in that.
He doesn't look
in that
circumcised. You're
image.
absolutely right. But this was created by an Italian. That guy's not going to be circumcised. Come on.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Well,
They're just in
not
piles
if
of
he's not-
uncircumcised.
Oh my goodness.
No, nobody cares in Europe.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway,
Well, with
thank you for
that-
joining me for that.
Yeah.
That was fascinating. We've got to get that person on the show, talk all about it. We can ask a billion
Fascinating.
rude questions that they're probably not used to
Excuse me.
fielding.
Yeah.
So what does God's member look like? Okay, anyways, shall we?
Yes.
Is it time
Yes.
for the silliest of psalms?
It's
It
time.
is. And now it's time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads some psalms. It's such a different vibe now. Yeah. Psalm 74, a contemplation by Asaph. God, why have you rejected us forever? Does your anger smolder against the sheep of your pasture? Remember your congregation when you purchased of old, which you have redeemed to be the tribe of your inheritance, Mount Zion, in which you have lived. Lift up your feet to the perpetual ruins, all the evil that the enemy has done in the sanctuary.
Lift up your feet like you're going to stomp it, like Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Or
Yeah.
stop stomping, lift them up.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah. Okay. Please stop
Okay.
stomping. Please.
Stop stomping, please, please. The adversaries have roared in the middle of your assembly. Roar. They have set up their standards as signs. They behaved like men wielding axes, cutting through a thicket of trees. Now they break all its carved work down with hatchet and hammers. They have burned your sanctuary to the ground. They have profaned the dwelling place of your name. They said, in their heart, we will crush them completely.
Whoa.
They have burned up all the places in the land where God was worshipped. We see no miraculous signs. There's no longer any prophet, neither is there among us anyone who knows how long, God, shall the adversary reproach? Shall the enemy blaspheme your name forever? Why do you draw back your hand, even your right hand?
Yikes.
Take it from your chest and consume them.
Okay, so he drew back his hand to his
Just
chest.
smack.
Just
Oh, you're
I
thinking
think he
like
drew
he's
it back
like he's
whatever.
Oh, like.
yeah, because it's on his chest. He's like, nah,
Just hanging out,
Yeah.
taking a nap,
I thought he was
taking a
gonna,
nap
like,
with
smack.
his hands folded on his chest. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a little
Okay.
sea otter.
Oh, cute.
Yet God is my king of old, working salvation throughout the earth. You divided the sea by your strength. You broke the heads of the sea monsters in the
Whoa.
waters.
Oh,
Chill.
yeah.
Relax.
That was awesome. You broke the heads of Leviathan in pieces.
Wow.
You gave him as food to people and desert creatures.
Okay. That random.
You opened up spring and stream. You dried up mighty rivers. The day is yours. The night is also yours.
That's the best you could do.
Yeah. You have prepared the light and the sun. You have set all the boundaries of the earth. You have made summer and winter. Remember this, that the enemy has mocked you, Yahweh. Foolish people have blasphemed your name. Don't deliver the soul of your dove to wild beasts.
Soul of your dove.
Don't forget the life of your poor forever. Honor your covenant, for haunts of violence fill the dark places of the earth. Don't let the oppressed return ashamed. Let the poor and needy praise your name. Arise, God. Plead your own cause. Remember how the foolish man mocks you all day. Don't forget the voice of your adversaries. The tumult of those who rise up against you ascends continually.
I think my favorite part of that one was that please stop stomping. Please. Please
I
stop.
feel like
Please.
part
Just
of that
don't.
was a song by Seal.
Oh, what part?
Like, yeah, the
Okay.
don't deliver the soul of your dove to wild beasts.
Oh,
It's kind of
yeah.
like got
Okay,
kissed
yeah.
by a rose vibes. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just a minute. Okay, this one's a shouty, but it's a good one. for the chief musician to the tune of Do Not Destroy.
Wait, haven't we had another psalm to this same tune?
Yes, we've had another psalm. Do Not Destroy is a very popular tune in this day and age.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
A psalm by Asaph. A song.
Okay.
A psalm and song.
Okay.
To the tune of Do Not Destroy.
I think they mean a banger.
Yeah.
I think when they say a song, they mean a banger. I think that's what they're actually getting at.
We give thanks to you, God. We give thanks, for your name is near. Men tell about your wondrous works.
Okay.
When I choose the appointed time, I will judge blamelessly. The earth and all its inhabitants quake. I firmly hold its pillars.
Oh my.
Salah.
Firmly hold your pillar.
I said to the arrogant, don't boast. I said to the wicked, don't lift up the horn. Don't lift up your horn on high. Don't speak with a stiff neck.
Get that horn out of my face.
Yeah. Get your stiff neck out of my face. For neither from the east, nor from the west, nor yet from the south comes exaltation. Exaltation?
Yep.
Exaltation. But God is the judge. He puts down one and lifts up another. Yeah, that kind of is how it works. For in Yahweh's hand there is a cup full of foaming wine mixed with spices.
Oh yeah, he's really in the Christmas spirit.
Do you think by foaming
Yeah.
wine, he might mean sparkling wine?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe I should name something foaming wine mixed with spices.
Oh, that's good. Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
But listen, it's not good apparently because he pours it out.
Oh.
No, dang it.
Indeed, the wicked of the earth drink and drink to its very dregs.
Oh, dang it.
But I will declare
this
this.
wine sucks.
Yeah, apparently. I will declare this forever. I will sing praises to the God of Jacob. I will cut off all the horns of the wicked, but the horns of the righteous shall be lifted up.
Apparently we all have horns.
Selah.
We all have horns. What a good tag to that song. Wow.
Wow. That happened. Okay. All right.
Oh, Brady Loafton in the chat is saying that we're halfway through Psalms now.
What?
Wow.
Holy crap. Just do all that again.
Not only, I was just realizing the other day, we're getting quite close to being halfway through this Bible, too.
Yes,
What?
we are.
We're getting close. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. This is an exciting time.
Almost at hump day, hump month, or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, whatever it'll be.
How long will we still be in a pandemic is my question.
Oh, boy. Yeah, maybe this is our punishment. We're going to be in this pandemic until we finish reading the Bible.
Well, we better get on it.
I know. I'm like, what if this has all been our fault? What if we have to complete this in order to get us out of this?
It's not our fault. It's not our fault. But we'll get out of it. We'll finish this thing.
We'll get there. We can do it. We can go the distance.
All right, shall I bring us home?
Do it.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including early releases, cocktail recipes, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/Drunk Bible Study. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jace Lindgren, Dedeker Winston, and me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your day.